Something strange is happening in Willowbrook. Bubbles everywhere. Not the kind that drift lazily from a child's wand, but towers of foam spilling across sidewalks, drifting down streets, and making once still ponds fizz and sparkle under the midday sun. Bathtubs have overflowed. The bakery's windows are obscured by fluffy clouds of soap. And, most perplexing of all, the Grand Town fountain churns like a giant bubble machine, its statues barely visible in the sea of suds. No one knows who's behind it all. But Benny does what Benny always does: investigates. Tucked behind a pair of detective's glasses, Benny is focused, following trails of lingering soap across cobblestones, jotting notes into his ever-present journal. Early one morning, Benny meets his team near the fountain.
I know what you're thinking, Benny, but I swear not guilty.
This soap is extraordinary. The bubbles last longer, hold more color, and... Wait. There's a faint scent of... peppermint?
We need to catch this bandit red-handed. I say we set up a trap. Max, can you make a bubble that pops and leaves behind a trail?
I can do you one better. How about bubbles that glow under UV light?
With the plan in place, the team spreads out. Clues aren't hard to find. A playground slide transformed into a slippery, soapy chute. The librarian flummoxed as foamy clouds spill from beneath the reading room door. And at the post office, towers of bubble mail stacked beside the startled postmaster. Each scene is funnier than the last. Max accidentally pops a beaker, sending bubbles up Sophie's sleeve. And Benny's notebook gets an unexpected bubble bath itself. But Benny is relentless, jotting down each observation.
Notice the trails always lead away from busy locations, and the peppermint scent gets stronger as we follow.
This ingredient isn't available at stores. Someone's custom making soap.
The bubble events all occur just after noon. Whoever's doing this is working on a schedule and knows how to avoid getting caught.
Sounds like someone's got a motive, but what?
The team regroups in Benny's living room, plotting possibilities amid piles of bubble-streaked evidence. Sophie proposes setting a classic trap, a decoy bathtub in the town square filled with Max's glowing bubbles and watched from 3 discrete vantage points. Lulu, ever dramatic, volunteers for stakeout duty with snacks. As dusk falls, the square empties, but the foam lingers, faintly lit by the street lamps. At precisely 8 p.m., a shadowy figure slinks into view. Covered head to toe in a raincoat and goggles, the figure shuffles to the decoy tub, clutching a duffel bag overflowing with bottles. The trap is sprung. Lights go up, and Benny leaps from behind a bush. Sophie appears with her checklist. Max brandishes his beaker. And Lulu, armed with a camera, starts snapping photos.
Stop, bubble bath bandit.
The figure freezes, caught mid-pour, then lowers their hood. The team gasps in unison. It's Mrs. Downing, the town's shy event coordinator, famous for her flawless surprise parties, usually so quiet no one gives her a second glance.
The bubbles weren't mischief. They were the grand finale to a secret surprise party for the town's anniversary. I'd wanted to create a magical spectacle, a night bubble parade like nothing Willowbrook had seen.
Suddenly everything clicks. The carefully timed appearances, the custom soap, the trails leading to the town hall, where lanterns now flicker and soft music begins to play. Neighbors start appearing, laughing and tossing handfuls of bubbles in the air, their confusion turning to delight. As the team helps set up the final decorations, Benny smiles.
Not every case is what it seems. Sometimes the real surprise is the joy we find along the way.
Lulu beams, blowing peppermint bubbles across the square, and Max and Sophie join the celebration, their earlier tensions forgotten in the laughter. So the Bubble Bath Bandit wasn't a culprit, just a very bubbly party planner, and Willowbrook, it turns out, loves a little sparkle. If you enjoyed unraveling this soapy mystery, don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures, because in this town you never know what's coming next.